breaking down the deals, data, and disruption shaping global markets. You're listening to The Daily Ledger with Dennis Sert.
Hey folks, good morning. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. You're listening to The Daily Ledger Show, and I am your host, Dennis Sert. Great to be here with you today. All right, let's go ahead and knock off some of the beginning stuff we have here. So Dow Jones is down 0.62%. NASDAQ is up 0.23%. S&P 500 is down 0.24%. And Bitcoin is up 0.19% to 87,573.37. We got some good stories for us today. We're going to talk a little bit about the latest news regarding the Warner and Netflix deal, what Warner has said to Paramount, who offered a new hostile deal last week. We're going to talk about a new article regarding AI layoffs and what white collar workers think about it. We're going to talk about the new tea or drama regarding California and Tesla, specifically surrounding autopilot and FSD. And finally, we're going to talk a little bit about Doordash and their move into Zesty, which is their new social media app. And we might have something bonus, which may be pretty exciting to talk about. Okay, but before we get into all that, make sure to download Byte AI Market Analysis, which is a iOS app that acts as a financial co-pilot. So basically, it aggregates news sentiment as well as technical indicators like the RSI curve, Bollinger Bands, MACD signal curve, basically the math way that economists trade. And it tells you whether or not you should buy, sell, or hold. Of course, it's not a financial advisor, and past success does not guarantee future results, but it does tell you very nicely. For instance, it says underbought Tesla. That would mean that I would want to buy Tesla. Why? Because it tells you right here, Tesla shows an RSI around 42, Bollinger Bands, MACD, talks about price action, news sentiment, etc. And you can read into all of that. And it does that for all of your stocks. And it refreshes very quickly, every about 20 to 30 minutes. Cool. So make sure to download that. Let's get into our first story. So we've been, well, first of all, I want to kind of do a quick victory lap because I was first on this news story when this came out. I think it was like last Friday, or even before that, when Netflix and Warner Brothers decided to sort of get into bed together or do a deal, and sort of what Paramount was thinking. Like all of last week, I saw these pundits kind of talk about it, but I was like, okay, I was there first. So you get the fresh stuff when you tune into the Daily Ledger. But so basically, there's this front page article on the Wall Street Journal. Warner rejects Paramount's hostile bid, saying Netflix deal is superior. So as we know, the latest event in this saga was Skydance Paramount made a new hostile bid after Warner had already said, okay, we're going to choose Netflix. And yeah, I mean, they're just essentially throwing a hissy fit. I think some new things that we haven't discussed. So Jared Kushner was there, like kind of on behalf of Paramount, but he actually ended up leaving, and I think he left the deal. So I think this means that basically Skydance Paramount knows that it's not going to go through. I think they've pretty much accepted defeat with key players in that deal kind of like trying to quietly back out. Yeah, of course, like I knew that it was kind of dead on arrival, right? Paramount's deal because because Warner had already chosen Netflix. But of course, they just had to, get in there and be like, "Oh no," and sort of be act desperate. They lost frame. I mean, they sent all sorts of letters and stuff. It's sloppy and it reeks of desperation and it's disgusting. I can't believe Skydance Paramount did that. And it's like Skydance already bought Paramount in April. Like, why is Skydance so hungry to buy more and more media companies? Just like chill out for a second, please. But yeah. Okay. Another article by the Wall Street Journal. Spooked by AI and layoffs, white collar workers see their security slip away. So this article goes into what I've been discussing over the past couple months about white collar workers and white collar jobs sort of being targeted by AI. Of course, recently Microsoft came out with like a table of white collar jobs most likely to be taken by AI in the next few years. It's like historians at the top, and then there's like statistician, data analyst, all that, software engineer. And yeah, so basically talks about that here. Let me see. I highlighted a few excerpts here. So I guess they're like interviewing someone or something. So just a few, or no, it's the author saying this, right? Just a few years ago, these workers were getting promotions and raises left and right. Now they're hanging on to their jobs for dear life, spooked by high-profile layoff announcements, the rise of artificial intelligence, and an unforgiving job market for the unemployed. Yeah, it's really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, we've already talked at length about that, so I won't rehash. But let's see this other thing that. Oh, okay. It was right below that. This other excerpt I wanted to talk about. Americans with bachelor's degrees or higher put the average probability of losing their jobs in the next year at 15%, up from 11% 3 years ago, according to November data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Yeah, and this goes to what I've been saying, like college doesn't matter anymore. And that's what pisses me off a little bit. Like, I guess I know people who are, computer science. They have bachelors of sciences in computer science, just like me. And they'll be applying to Amazon. And then Amazon will reply back saying, "Oh, no, we didn't get you because you don't have enough corporate experience." It's like, screw corporate experience. Like with AI, like, what are you going to do, really? Like, I mean, when you have quote unquote experience, like you're actually at a disadvantage because you have to unlearn all the crap, like reading off your credit card number over the phone to somebody, just as an example, rather than filling out a Stripe link or doing a Zelle request or doing PayPal or whatever, Venmo. It's like, if experience makes me want to do all this like retro crap, right, from like 1999, reading off my credit card number over the phone, then I don't want anyone with experience. I'm sorry. Like, if you want to work at Byte AI, you better have 0 years of experience. Otherwise, you're not getting hired. I'm sorry. So, yeah. All right. TechCrunch. Tesla engaged in deceptive marketing for autopilot and full self-driving judge rules. Yeah, TechCrunch is just really revealing their hand about how, like, where they are on the political spectrum. But with this title, it's so ridiculous. It's just more political warfare between California and Tesla. Like, give me a break. Leave the guy alone. Just, I mean, they're bringing in an enormous amount of, they're contributing enormously to the California economy. Just, how about you let them be, right? Elon's already moved X out, X's headquarters out to Austin, Texas, as well as Tesla, as well as SpaceX. Like, just, how about you stop poking the bear, California, huh? How about that? Yeah. So this particular thing's about, apparently, autopilot and full self-driving makes it seem as if people can use it autonomously. And it's like, okay, it's first of all, it's a marketing thing, okay? So it says here, um, apparently California is saying, oh, they're misleading consumers about autopilot and FSD capability. No, they're not. Like it says on the website that you have to keep your hands on the wheel at all times. You can't take it, like it uses camera technology to look at your face and your eyes, and it tracks your eye movement. Yeah. And it makes sure to see that you're not like on your phone while FSD is kind of in use. So there's absolutely no way that anyone's gonna like think that, oh, it actually is, whatever level 4 autonomous, right? Level 5, which is what Waymo's at, and like the newer cyber cabs are at, like in Austin, Texas, for example. But and it's like the car doesn't let you drive if you start driving irresponsibly, as in you're on your phone and you have FSD on. Like you still have to keep your hands on the wheel and keep your eye movement, to a minimum, and only like staring in front of you, right? So it's stupid. It's California just being like, oh, we're gonna do another one up on them. Why? Because they were involved politically. Okay, well, as like, what's with the vindictiveness, right? You're supposed to be a government. You're supposed to be the California government. Why don't you act professionally, right? So Tesla says this was for quote. This was a quote consumer protection order about the use of the term quote autopilot in a case where not one single customer came forward to say there's a problem. You know why? It's because the car doesn't let you drive. Okay? If you're texting and driving and it's autopilot or FSD are enabled. That is the reason why not a single customer came forward. It's because the car doesn't allow you to drive. Okay? Like how many more times do I have to say this? Sales in California will continue uninterrupted. Thank you. I just hate like bullies. Like, I mean, like, to be honest, like I am a bully too sometimes, right? Especially online, because you always have to have strength. You know what I hate? Look, I actually take that back. I hate weakness. Okay. So if Tesla had rolled over and been like, oh, I'm sorry, like, oh, please, like, oh my God, get the flip out of here, right? Trying to keep it family friendly on the Daily Ledger. I already used my curse word, if you will, allowance yesterday. I don't even like putting in bleep sound effects. Kind of takes me out of it. But anyways, good on Tesla for not rolling over. Like what is this madness? All right. TechCrunch. DoorDash rolls out Zesty, an AI social app for discovering new restaurants. Okay, you know what? I support it. So they're moving. I mean, they're continuing, obviously, their food delivery, but they're also spinning up this new sort of social media-esque AI first, like chatbot kind of. It's like a chatbot enhanced like recommendation thing. Looks like this. So that's what's going on. I guess you can, like, one of the things you could do, I suppose, just from the screenshot, can't use it yet because it's only in San Francisco and New York, and I'm in Florida right now. And so I guess you can say like, oh, what's a good spot for groups? It's a romantic dinner with a vintage feel. What's a place within 12 minutes? And then what do most people order? I mean, it's kind of interesting stuff. So yeah, good job. Okay, so I kind of want to end on this thing here. So there's this new controversy where it's so apparently this 25-year-old NBA star, his name's Zion Williamson. So he slid into Sydney Sweeney's DMs in just sort of the dumbest way. And I do want to give like an honest critique of the conversation. So he does the heart face emoji on, I guess, Sydney Sweeney, who, by the way, is seeing somebody. But okay, like, if you're going to do this publicly, do your research, bro. But anyways, so so he reacts with heart emojis, and then he goes, "Hey," with 3 Ys already. Weak sauce. Like that leave that to the women, bro. Please. Don't do "hey" with 3 Ys. Don't start with a lowercase. And this is his first word, okay? Okay. "Hey, 3 Ys, do you play Roblox?" And then 3 question marks. Like I can't even begin to like start critiquing how bad this is. Like the 3 question marks reeks of desperation. Like I mentioned, 3 Ys. No, leave that for the women. Um, Lowercase beginning of sentence. No, uppercase. And it's like, all of that aside, Roblox, dude, I played Roblox when I was 8 years old. Okay, you don't talk to women about Roblox. Okay, your only job if you're doing a cold approach, like I'm not even like saying he shouldn't have approached Sydney Sweeney. Just keep it classy, okay? Keep it classy, because you know what he does? So Sydney Sweeney just gives a dry response, as she should, right? She's already seeing somebody, and the game was terrible by Zion. So she goes, "No, dot. Why are you asking?" And then he goes, "LMAO, I don't even know why I asked that." So you're not in control of yourself? So you have no self-control. You don't know why you asked that. No. You never not know why you asked that. You always know why you asked that, right? It's like you're already gone, but it's like with the Roblox, like you're dead on arrival. But then he even makes it worse by acting like he didn't know why he asked that. Again, with the lowercase, right? And the LMAO. No, you don't LMAO. You don't emote like that. You don't say lol, okay? As a guy, I give this out for free, okay? These tips. But you don't say lol, you don't say LMAO, like you don't emote, okay? It's not your job as a man to emote, okay? You're supposed to sit there as the stoic like bear, okay? Or statue or whatever, figure you associate with stoicism, and you just don't do this, okay? And then he goes on, "Oh, and the I. Notice how the I is lowercase as well. Weak. I'm just trying to f lol." Give me like I I can't even begin to describe how bad this approach is. Like I'm not for women like exposing men like this. Like Sydney Sweeney posted this on her story. Like that's pretty bad, but I mean, I can see why she did that, because this is the world's worst approach. Like, even if she was interested, the minute you say something as explicit as, "Oh, I'm just trying to F lol," you're out. No, you never say that. Never. Oh my God. And then she goes, "I'm good. Dot." And then and then he says, "Rats." Oh my, oh, uh disgusting. This whole thing reeks of desperation. Ugh. Anyways, I listen, folks. I give this advice out for free, okay? All you got to do is tune into the show and then use Byte AI. That's the other thing I hope you do for this quality advice and info. Make sure you use Byte AI, market analysis, to be better informed while making stock trades. Okay. Use code podcast20 at Stripe checkout when you're using it with the web app, which is what I showcased earlier in the show. Alrighty, folks. Have a great rest of your morning. Make some money out there. Hope you had some laughs today. And yeah, seriously, download Byte AI. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.